Namaste. I am Dr. B. Krishna Reddy, Principal of Samala Krishna Agricultural Polytechnic College, Tangelavaripalli, near Mudivedu, Tamballepalli Mandal, Chittoor district. In continuation of our lessons regarding plastics, we have studied that there are two broad categories of plastics. One is cellulose derivatives, the other one is vinyl resins. Under cellulose derivatives, we have seen there are two types: cellulose acetate and the second one is cellulose nitrate. Then the second broad category of vinyls has got five subclassifications, starting with polythene, number one, number two, PVC, number three, Teflon, number four, polystyrene. Now the fifth one is polymethyl methacrylate, or simply known as lucite or plexiglass. Now we are going in detail regarding this plexiglass. It is obtained by polymerization of methyl methacrylate in the presence of acetyl peroxide or hydrogen peroxide. It is hard, fairly rigid, and has high optical transparency. It can transmit light accurately. It is used for making lenses, aircraft lights, fixtures, artificial eye, windscreens, and TV screens. So this appears to be most important type of plastics because its uses are high-end uses, because it is used in aircrafts and in automobile industries. It is used for the manufacturing of windscreens, that is glasses for the automobile cars and other things, and it is used in the TV screen manufacturing also, in addition to manufacturing of lenses. So now let us see how this is being manufactured. It is obtained by the polymerization of methyl methacrylate, that is, its abbreviation is MMA, methyl methacrylate. It is a monomer with this type of molecular structure, that is, two carbon atoms joined together with a double bond. One carbon atom has two hydrogen atoms joined with a single bond. The second carbon atom on one side has a CH3 and the other side COCH3, COOCH3. This is the molecular structure of methyl methacrylate. This, in the presence of either hydrogen peroxide H2O2 or acetyl peroxide, undergoes polymerization and forms into polymethyl methacrylate. The molecular structure will be just like your MMA, but the double bond between two carbon atoms becomes single bond, and the next one is extended to join the carbon atom of another molecule of methyl methacrylate, and likewise it goes on extending to form a bigger molecule called polymethyl methacrylate. That is a polymer, or that is the end product which we are interested in. Then The third broad category of plastics is polyamides. Polyamides are synthetic polymers having recurring amide groups. Nylon, used mostly for making fibers, belongs to this class. So this polyamide means, poly means many, amides is a chemical substance which repeatedly occurs to form a polymer. So this is a synthetic polymer. This is not obtained by through from nature, it is a synthetic one. So actually the nylons, popularly known nylons, are mostly used in textile industry as a fiber. In this there are many varieties, of which important ones are nylon 60:6. It is obtained by condensation polymerization reaction between adipic acid and hexamethylene diamine. Hexamethylene diamine with a chemical formula of C6H16N2 reacts with adipic acid, that is C6H10O4, gives rise to polyhexamethylene adipate, that is popularly known as nylon 6:6. Okay, then the next type is nylon 6. It is produced by self-condensation of aminocaproic acid, that is C6H3NO2. Okay, here the resultant product is nylon 6 with a molecular formula of C12H22N2O2, which is a resultant product of self-condensation of aminocaproic acid. Properties of nylons. They are translucent. I think we already explained what is the translucent nature vis-a-vis transparent nature. Okay. So, and whitish high melting point, that is 160 to 264 degrees centigrade. They possess high heating stability and resistance to abrasions. That means wear and tear it will tolerate. Their moldings have good physical strength and self-lubricating properties. Okay, these are the properties, and the uses are nylon 6:6 is used in making fibers that are used in making socks, dresses, and carpets. So in textile industries, these are the artificial fibers that are made from nylon 6:6 is used to make socks and dress materials as well as carpets. Whereas nylon 6 is used for making gears, bearings, toothbrush bristles. That is, in the toothbrush, in addition to the handle part of it, which is like a plastic stick, the brush will have bristles at its head, which are used for cleaning the teeth. That brush bristles is manufactured by using this nylon 6 type of plastic. Then the various chemical reactions are represented here by their molecular structures and the end products. Here you can see hexamethylene diamine structure when it joined with adipic acid. This is the adipic acid structure. Here condensation will take place, condensation polymerization. Then the resultant one is polyhexamethyl adiphate, that is known as nylon 6:6 polyamide. Likewise, preparation of nylon double six from, this is the second raw material used for making 626. The above one is first method, this is second method, where 1,3-butadiene can be carried out as follows. So CH2, CH, CH and CH2, that is 1,3-butadiene, while when added with HCN, dicyanide is formed, which get divided into two. One, through reduction reaction, hexamethylene diamine is formed. On the other side, due to hydrolysis, adipate acid is formed. Both under polymerization process using n number of molecules each will result in nylon 6:6 polyhexamethylene adipate. Then the reactions that are taking place in the manufacturing of nylon 6 is given under. This nylon 6 is a form due to self-condensation of aminocaproic acid, which is clearly indicated in the equation given below. Then thermosetting resins. So whatever plastics we have studied up to now, they are thermoplastic resins. Thermoplastic resins. Now we are going to study thermosetting resins. Phenolic resins are phenoplasts. They are condensation polymerization products of phenolic derivatives like phenol, resorcinol with aldehydes like formaldehyde. So these phenolic resins are the condensation polymerization products because these are formed due to the condensation polymerization reaction wherein the chemicals phenolic compounds like phenol with aldehydes like formaldehyde get condensed and formed into this type of thermosetting resins. Most important member of this class is bakelite or phenol formaldehyde resin. So under this category, the popular plastic materials are known as bakelite or phenol formaldehyde resin. Then synthesis. How these are manufactured. Bakelite is prepared by condensation of phenol with formaldehyde in the presence of acidic or alkaline catalyst. Very simple, bakelite is manufactured by condensation of phenol with formaldehyde in the presence of a acidic or alkaline catalyst. The initial reaction results in the formation of OP hydroxyl methylphenol, which reacts to form a linear polymer, that is straight polymer, Novalac. Hexaethylene tetraamine, that is CH26N4, is added to this, which converts the soluble Novalac into hard, infusible, and insoluble cross-linked polymer known as bakelite. This is how the bakelite is manufactured. Then the chemical structure also given here, wherein different types of benzene rings are cross-linked to form a polymer known as bakelite. These students are expected to Remember this structure of bakelite. Then properties. Bakelite is a rigid, hard, infusible solid material. It is resistant to scratches, water, non-oxidizing acids, salts and many organic solvents. But it reacts with the alkali. That is, bakelite is react with the alkali due to the presence of OH group in their structure. So due to the presence of OH group in all the alkali materials, OH group, that is hydroxyl group will be present. This hydroxyl group is responsible for reaction of this bakelite. They possess excellent electrical insulating character. These bakelites has got a property of electrical insulating material. That means they will not conduct electricity. So they are used as a insulating material in the electrical industry. Okay. Usages for making electrical insulating parts like switches, plugs, switchboards, heater handles, etc. I think all these articles or the equipment everybody will be knowing in their day-to-day life. That is electrical switchboards, plugs, heater handles, etc. All these are made by bakelite. For making molded articles like telephone parts, cabinets for radio and television, these are also manufactured by using bakelite. For impregnating fabric and wood and paper, what is impregnation? That is infusing this bakelite material into the fabric or wood or into the paper to make them stronger. That is called impregnating process. Fourth usage is as an abrasive for grinding wheels. So wherever grinding wheels or grinding stones are used for grinding hard materials or to polish, this bakelite is used as a అబ్రేసివ్ మెటీరియల్ అంటే బాగా రుద్ది నున్నగా చేసేందుకు ఉపయోగించేటువంటి అబ్రేసివ్ మెటీరియల్ లాగా కూడా ఈ బేకలైట్ అనేది పనిచేస్తుంది. కాబట్టి దీన్ని గ్రైండింగ్ వీల్స్ లో వాడతారు. యాజ్ హైడ్రోజన్ అయాన్ ఎక్స్చేంజ్ resin in water softening, and we have studied that there is a hard water which need to be converted into soft water before industrial use or for some other domestic uses. We use various chemical substances to make them soft. So here this bakelite can also be used as a hydrogen ion exchange resin in the water softening process. Sixth is in paints and varnishes. This bakelite is also used in the in paints and varnish manufacturing also. Then the second type is amino resins. They are condensational products obtained by the reaction of urea and formaldehyde. So, urea and formaldehyde is known products to almost all students of agriculture. Formaldehyde is nothing but formalin, which is generally used in sericulture industry. This formalin and urea, both when they undergo condensation polymerization, this amino resin is manufactured. Commercially, important amino resins in urea formaldehyde prepared by reacting two parts of urea and one part of formaldehyde in basic medium. In the basic nature medium, two parts of urea and one part of formaldehyde is allowed to react so that this amino type resin is formed. Urea formaldehyde resin give clear water white product of good tensile strength good electrical insulation, and chemical resistance. This type of urea formaldehyde resin, which is formed through condensation polymerization, is white in color, will have good tensile strength and good electrical insulating character, in addition to its resistant to chemical reaction when come in contact with the other chemicals. Then coming to the usages, this urea formaldehyde resin, which is a amino resin used for binding, bonding, grinding wheels, binder of glass fibers, rock wool, etc. As a cation exchanger and decorative cation exchanger were in softening of the hot water, and it is also used in decorative articles like plates, drinking glasses, dishes, etc. In manufacturing of this type of materials, this amino resins are used. Next, third, polyester resins. They are also condensation products of dicarboxylic acid with dihydroxy alcohols. Example, terine, which is also known as terylene. Dacron is saturated polyester formed by condensation of ethylene glycol and terephthalic acid. It is a good fiber forming material and is converted to commercial fibers. It is also used as a glass reinforcing material in safety materials, aircraft battery boxes, etc. So this terene or terylene, very popular word, terylene. It is used to form fibers. These fibers are used in textile industry for making synthetic cloth material. Okay, so with this, we are concluding the various types of plastics, their characteristics, and their usages, in addition to knowing the method of their manufacturing, etc. Thank you.